Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2,000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free English ebook before it's gone. Hi everybody, my name is Alicia. Welcome to the 2000 Core English Words and Phrases video series. Each lesson will help you learn new words, practice, and review what you've learned. Okay, let's get started. First is barley. 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 Barley is a very common food ingredient. This is something that is used when we're making things like bread and beer. It's also used in lots of health foods as well. Barley is used in tons and tons of different products. This is a very important plant. Here's an example. Barley is used for everything from health food to beer and whiskey. Barley is used for everything from health food to beer and whiskey. Barley is used for everything from health food to beer and whiskey. Meat. 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 Meat refers to a food product that is made from an animal's flesh, that is made from an animal's skin. So common types of meat are beef, pork, and chicken. These are things that come from birds, pigs, and cows, and so on. Here's an example. You drink red wine with meat and white wine with fish. You drink red wine with meat and white wine with fish. You drink red wine with meat and white wine with fish. Sweets. 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 Sweets, not to be confused with sweet with no S, refers to the category of sweet foods. Usually when we talk about sweets, we're talking about man-made sweets, so things that people have created. So we typically don't talk so much about fruit and other natural sweet flavors. We're often talking about things like cakes, cookies, and candies. Here's an example. I like sweets, chocolate in particular. I like sweets, chocolate in particular. I like sweets, chocolate in particular. Candy. 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 Candy is usually a very small, usually bite-sized, one bite-sized piece of something that is very sweet. So candy is very, very popular for kids, but adults also enjoy candy. Here's an example. We are having a piñata filled with candy at my daughter's birthday party. We're having a piñata filled with candy at my daughter's birthday party. We are having a piñata filled with candy at my daughter's birthday party. Grapefruit. 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 A grapefruit is a very common and sour fruit. It's about this size, maybe the size of a softball or so. Typically, people will cut it in half to eat it, and sometimes people like to sprinkle it with sugar to make it a little sweeter. Here's an example. My mother always ate a half grapefruit at breakfast. My mother always ate half grapefruit at breakfast. My mother always ate a half grapefruit at breakfast. Cranberry. 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 A cranberry is a small, red, circular berry. These are often used to create juice, and they also are used to flavor desserts. Here's an example expression. Dried cranberry. Dried cranberry. Dried cranberry. Ginger. 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 Ginger is a root. This is a very strong-tasting root ingredient that's used for flavoring in cooking. It can be used in drinks and in smoothies. It's also used in sauces and as well as used in health foods too. It's very popular. Here's an example. The spice ginger is used for cooking and medicine. The spice ginger is used for cooking and medicine. The spice ginger is used for cooking and medicine. Olive oil. Olive oil. Olive oil. Olive oil is an oil made from olives. This is very, very popular in certain types of cooking, particularly in Mediterranean food. So that means cultures like the Italian culture, Greek culture, Croatian culture tend to use lots and lots of olive oil in their cooking. Here's an example. In Tuscany, olive oil is very good. In Tuscany, olive oil is very good. In Tuscany, olive oil is very good. Spice, spice, spice. Spice is a word that refers to a category of flavors, things that we use when we are cooking to create a specific kind of flavor in whatever it is that we are making. They can have very strong flavors, very light flavors. So depending on your taste, you might use different spices in your cooking. Here's an example. The right amount of spice can make food taste wonderful. The right amount of spice can make food taste wonderful. The right amount of spice can make food taste wonderful. Sauce, sauce, sauce. A sauce is something that is close to a liquid, but not quite. It's used usually as something we can spread or add on top of something else that we are eating. We can create our own sauces, or we can find sauces in packages as well. Here's an example. Tabasco sauce is way too hot for me to eat. Tabasco sauce is way too hot for me to eat. Tabasco sauce is way too hot for me to eat. Let's review. I'm going to describe a word or phrase in English. See if you can remember it. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say the word that refers to the ingredient that's used in things like beer and health foods and in bread products? Barley. Barley. And how to say the food product that comes from the skin or the flesh of an animal, like cows, pigs, and chicken. Meat. Meat. What about the word for sweet things like candies, cookies, and cakes? Sweets. Sweets. Do you remember how to say the bite-sized pieces of very sweet things that are usually very popular among kids? Candy. Candy. Let's try the word for the very sour fruit that's about the size of a softball, and that we typically eat by cutting it in half. Grapefruit. Grapefruit. What about the small red berry that's often used to flavor things like juice and that we can eat dried as well? Cranberry. Cranberry. Now, let's see if you remember how to say the root that has a very strong flavor that's used in cooking and in health products. Ginger. Ginger. Another one. What about the expression that means oil that is made from olives? It's very popular in Mediterranean cooking. Olive oil. Olive oil. Do you remember how to say the strong flavors that we can add to our cooking to create new tastes? Spice. Spice. And finally, do you remember how to say the liquid or spread that we can add to our meal to have a different kind of flavor, like a topping? Sauce. Sauce. Well done! See you next time. Bye!